Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today is my birthday, which means I just turned 19, and due to the weird laws in Nebraska, I have just become an adult apparently, which is freaking weird. So it's the second time I've ever become an adult now that I've turned 19. Yeah, really weird laws here in Nebraska, but whatever, that's the way it is. But with this whole question of adulthood, when does somebody become an adult? I figured that today would be a decent day to talk about the age of majority and different things relating to that. So to begin with, why do we have an age of majority? Why do we have an age where you are considered an adult and get your rights fully? Well, basically the idea is that as a child you don't fully have your rational faculty developed, and since your rights basically come from your rational faculty, because the reason you have rights in general, the reason why I want to respect your rights, the reason why we all respect each other's rights is because it's in our best interest, in our best self-interest to defend each other's rights, because we're rational beings and we can trade with each other and we can produce things and basically trade with each other, and we don't use force on each other. We have the ability to think long term. That's the whole reason why we have rights. That's the biggest reason, because ethically I want to act in my self-interest and all those sort of things. That's the big reason that we have rights to begin with. Obviously, it stems from the right to life, but why should we respect the right to life at all in other people? Because respecting the right to life, leaving people free, is in my best interest. It's in each individual's best interest to leave other human beings free. So that's the reason why we have rights to begin with. Now, but why is there an age of majority? Why do you have to be 18 before you fully have your rights, before you're away from your parents, before you can do certain things on your own? Although the age seems like it's raising up to 21, which is fucking weird, because of all the stupid shit related to tobacco and alcohol. But I'll talk about that later in the video. So the whole reason that we have an age of majority is because as a child, your rational faculty isn't fully developed. You can't make your own judgments yet. And then 18 is basically the age that the government decided that you have the ability to make your own decisions, that you can basically live on your own, be rational, and your rights should be fully respected because you're a full human being who has a rational faculty that ought to be respected, because you can basically consent to the social contract in a sense. So basically, this is why you have to reach a certain age before you are considered an adult. Now, this age is fairly arbitrary. They just have to choose an age. They have to say that this is the age that you become an adult, and the age that you have your rights. So that's basically the whole reasoning behind it. It's the same reasoning for why little kids can't have sex with adults. It's all that sort of stuff, because a little kid, your mind isn't fully developed yet, and you can't fully consent to having sex with that adult, and they could easily manipulate you. There's all sorts of things that are involved with the age of majority. Now, one criticism that I have of the current system relating to age of majority is that you don't fully get your rights when you reach 18. You don't have the ability to smoke tobacco now, but I mean, that's not something that I'm super interested in. Or you don't have the ability to drink. All these things are saved for 21 now, which is really weird, because I mean, if the government has determined that you're an adult at 18, you have the ability to make your own decisions, you're someone who can think for themselves and be a rational being, or a fully rational being, which means you deserve all your rights that you get, because you can make your own judgments. Why do they hold out and say, no, you have to be 21 before you can do these certain things? Why don't they actually set this age? Why don't they say that 18 is the fucking age? Why don't they make it more objective, rather than having this whimsical, we can change the ages whenever we want. It's some range where you're not fully an adult yet and you're just developing, getting some of your rights slowly. I'm not sure on that. I think the best way to do something like this would be to say, once you can vote, once you can basically are said that you're allowed, you're able to make your own judgments rationally, live independently, all these sort of things. When you reach the age of 18, you should be able to partake in all the rights that an adult partakes in, like drinking, smoking, basically anything. I'm actually pro legalizing all drugs, because I think as long as you're not harming another person, you have the right to do whatever the fuck you want to do with your body. If you want to kill yourself, that's your fucking right. I'm not a fan of it. I think it's fucking stupid, but hey, if you want to do that, it's your right. But once you reach the age of 18, you can make your own judgments for yourself. I don't get why there's this government, like this fucking parent over top of you still. But hey, I mean, saying, oh, this is something that you can't do, it doesn't make much sense to me. Because when you're 18, that's when the government's decided, like, for this whole reason, this whole stuff, that you're able to make your own judgments. You're someone who has their rational faculty developed. Developed to an extent where your rights need to be respected. But they still don't fully respect them to an extent. But, I mean, in the end, nobody's rights are really respected by the government in the end. So, because of all the fucking regulations, taxation, everything that the government does. So nobody's rights are really fully respected. But at least make the standard the same for everybody. Like, when I get to 18, I should have the same amount of rights as a 50-year-old. Because what's the real difference? Both ages the government has determined are the age of majority, the age where you're considered to be able to make your own judgments, where you can act for yourself and think for yourself. And I mean, there's that common argument that basically everyone says, yeah, if you can join the military, you should be able to drink, you should be able to smoke, these sort of things. And it's very true. I mean, the government just wants to use people in the military, but not give them their rights fully, which is, I mean, historically, that's been the biggest reason why rights have been extended more and more to 18-year-olds. But I mean, that's the way it is. I think the reason that 18 is somewhat of a decent age is because that is usually when you are free from your parents. That's when you go off to college. That's when you go live for yourself. That's for the majority of people. So I think 18 is a fairly good age to have this at. But I don't think there should be all these like rights withheld from somebody once they reach the age of majority. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. And also, every fucking person over 18, every person from the age of 18 to 21 has drank sometime in their life. So it's just like prohibition. You don't actually stop anything from happening. But basically, I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you all for watching, and happy birthday to me. And I hope you all see me in the next video. And I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.